Hi guys, greeting from New Delhi. I am Dr. Arun Theraja, founder of the group GODS, which stands for Group of Delhi Superbikers, which was founded way back in the year 1998. I am an ENT surgeon by profession, but this is my lifeline. Like I always keep saying, I give life to patients, but the motorcycles, give life to me. So behind me, you can all see a little bit of memorabilia on the wall, which I've tried to portray my 35 years long journey with these amazing motorcycles. So this area is dedicated to that, which is my life, and I call it a den, a adda, or I would say a temple. So I'll just walk you through this whole thing, and that'll be great to share some of the stories with you. And a big thanks to Mr. Ram from the Big Biking Commune, and it would be a pleasure to connect with all of you through this community, the Big Biking Commune. So like I said, this is the wall which I have created. So it depicts my 35 years of journey with these machines, and on this painted wall there you can see all forms of motorcycling, the sports, the track, the touring, and a lot of stuff is there on the wall, the parts and bits of motorcycles and photographs which have been with me through all these amazing moments and these amazing journeys. So I have tried to do something, like I said, to create a museum kind of a thing depicting the 35 years of motorcycling. And these are the two garages. The third one is on the other side. We'll go there later. So they house my support system, the motorcycles. So let's go inside and have a look. So these are 5 of them this side, and the next 4 are on the right side, the other part of the garage. And as you can see, the walls are also plastered with so many beautiful photographs, and each photograph has a story behind it, and a lot of tools inside that cupboard, this cupboard, and this, tons and tons of tools, because I manage everything on my own. And these are obviously my favorite machines. That's the reason they are there in my garage. And there's this huge wall of the group where almost every member is there. And on my right side is my riding gear cupboard, or a almirah, whatever, a closet I would say, with helmets and the riding gears. And on top, these are not some ledgers, but I have compiled all the UK's and USA's motorcycle magazines right from 1984. I used to subscribe to them, and I still do. So they have been chronologically catalogued. For example, Cycle World, The Motorcyclist, Superbike, Fast Bikes. So all the stuff is there from 84 onwards. So that's that. And like I said, tons and tons of memorabilia, whether it was some superstars who are into biking like John Abraham, Gul Panag. So me and the group was very fortunate to have interacted with them. Mr. J.K. Singhania was obviously a petrol head, and I think there was one cricketer also, somewhere here, Ishan. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So amazing journey. So I'll open the door to this enclosure also, so that we can have some more light. Yes, so now we have good light. So that one part of the garage door it's been totally dedicated, this one, to the women achievers. From Becky Ellis, the world's fastest woman, to Valerie Thompson. So this whole wall is dedicated to women riders who have really done so well in the field of motorcycling. And coming to the bikes, as you can see, this is the Aprilia 210, which I converted almost into an RS V4. I removed the handlebar, got the clip-ons, did some adjustment to the cables, and voila, I have a very extreme kind of a machine now, and I'm almost sitting on the front wheel, but I love it. I love this kind of a stance. Obviously it takes a toll on your body after almost like 70-80 kilometers, but that is the best part. I mean, you feel like a racer. This is the Ninja ZX-10R. Again, a beauty of a machine, because I love super sports and the liter bikes are my favorite. So this is that one of the super sports, and there you can see in that the first one is for my touring, the Honda CB1000. Lovely machine for touring purposes, very nice, comfortable, decently fast, and like a Honda, keeps going on and on. And this one of my favorite, I think many people love this machine, the Yamaha R1. Stunning looks from day one, even when it was there in 1998 with that kind of a shape and power to weight ratio. This machine evolvement has been truly phenomenal. So this is again my favorite also. And standing next to it, amongst the big bikes, one of my favorites is definitely the first generation Hayabusa. I prefer it to the second generation. Much more, I would say, faster, straight, right out of the box with the stock exhaust. Lightweight as compared to the second generation. And once you're on the move, it doesn't feel like a big bike. It feels like a liter bike. So amongst the big bikes, my favorite. And coming on to this section is again a lovely machine, the Repsol Honda CBR 1000 Fireblade. These colors are phenomenal. I mean, the Repsol edition from day one has been stunning. Ducati, obviously, the L twins are something else. The way they go, the way the torque comes in, and suddenly you realize you're at 150. I mean, Ducatis and L twins are super. So this is the Monster 796, Ducati Monster 796. This is the one which came right from the Italian factory. And next to it, a racetrack hooligan, the Daytona, Triumph Daytona 675. This is one hell of a machine, I must say. Absolute hoot on the street and on the track as well. The way it goes, the way it handles, it's like a, what can I say? It's like a 300 or a 400 cc machine, but with tons of power and braking and handling. And lastly, in this section, my all-time favorite is the Ninja ZX 12R, discontinued in 2006. But this one is one hell of a model, because this is from the year 2000, and that year you had these machines which were capable of going beyond 300 kilometers per hour right from the factory. So I was lucky to get hold of this. As you can see, the speedo is calibrated till 350, and it actually has gone. I personally have taken it to 320. So that kind of a machine coming out in the year 2000 was unimaginable. Obviously the Hayabusa was also there in the year 1999, the unrestricted one. But yes, these two machines were like right there on top. So this is my all-time favorite, a self-import from Thailand, brand new in the year 2003. So this is the section. Like I said, I have these 9 machines. So I'll quickly take you over to the smaller one where I have the bike which started it all in the year 1984. And this is the other part of my garage, a smaller one obviously. But here I have 5 machines. This is the Duke for my annual or biannual Ladakh trips, Spiti Valley and all that. This is the second generation Hayabusa. Not a big fan of this as compared to the first generation, like I just mentioned. The BMW is the other one in the blue and white. This is the 1200R, again for touring purposes. This is a nice machine, nothing extraordinary I would say, keeps going on, and the only thing is the stability. It's very stable, obviously not that fast as compared to, let's say, even a CB1000 or some nakeds like FZ1 or whatever, but it's a BMW and it's phenomenal. This monster, the black one, is the Kawasaki ZX14. I mean, the way Kawasaki's make power, they are always a little bit above as compared to other machines of the similar capacity. Kawasaki's are raw power, and this beauty, this is a '07 model, but it goes like crazy. And lastly, the one which started it all, the Yamaha RD350, which I got it brand new from the showroom in '84. This is the high torque version, and as you can see, I've converted it into a cafe racer. This happened, I think, maybe in the year 96 or 97. I got the clip-ons from a Honda bike, and I'm forgetting. Same goes for the master cylinder and the lever, which was, I think, from a Suzuki DR250 off-roader. And down there is the disc brake, which is from Precol, when the Precol people came in. So I immediately had a disc installed, as you can see. That side, I'll try to go that side. So custom made tank by a craftsman, a sheet metal, converted it into this. When I showed him a picture of a cafe racer, the dual tone thin seat and the expansion chambers from the Proton company in Tamil Nadu. So this still is one hell of a machine, can easily smoke many big bikes. Still, it is that amazing, and the sound is to die for. So this is the beauty. These are the couple of meters aftermarket, a voltmeter and temperature meter, apart from the other two, the Modo and the Taco. So this is the Precol disc brake I installed way back. So one more important thing, guys, so keeping this passion alive. So that is the main thing. Like I said, my journey has been now 35 years old. Was addicted to motorcycles, not from the school days, but somehow the moment I finished my college, that is MBBS, and RD was there, just introduced, and somehow I thought, when I saw the machine, that I was born to do this. I mean, that was the immediate connect. So since then, I haven't let it go. In fact, it has gone up and up because of, I would say, like-minded people. And I was riding solo all the time from '84 to '98. I had a couple of superbikes since '86 onwards. And my first one, I still remember, a big bike, was a 400 Kawasaki LTD '86. I still have the picture there. So then came the Gixxers, the first edition in '89, '94 and all that. So the passion kept going on and on. Once I saw that the world was having so much of machines, so much of powerful and so much of beautiful machines, the passion just went up. And then when the group was formed in '98, we got like-minded people. We have very good criteria of selection, like-minded people. So that multiplied the passion again. So now when we go on long trips or the international trips once a year, that 20-30 people traveling together, those memories, that camaraderie, and all those adventures, some of them are very extreme, they have been very extreme. So that takes your passion up north. I mean, despite the age is just a number there, right there, exactly that it is. Age is a number. And motorcycling just multiplies when you have the right machines and the right people by your side. Obviously, family, work is also important, so one has to know how to balance them. Obviously, if you're not earning, how can you sustain your passion? Similarly, if your personal life goes for a six because of these machines, again, no point. So strike a balance, but my point is not to let it go. That complacency, ओके चलता है एटीट्यूड, कॉलेज में चलाई थी, देख लेंगे मे बी आगे जाके टाइम. सो जस्ट डोंट लेट इट हैपन. इवन इफ इट्स अ कम्यूटर बाइक और 200 or 300, you should be on two wheels. And there's nothing better in life to explore the world on two wheels. Safety, obviously the personal safety regarding the corona epidemic, and apart from this safety, like we motorcyclists have to be safe all the time. So obviously no riding without the gears. You have to respect the people around you, the fellow motorcyclists, and respect the rules. Obviously superbikes are fast. It's very tough to control them under the speed limits. So, but still, as far as possible, be around that speed limit. And don't do some crazy kind of a speeding, even if the roads are deserted. We have seen a lot of deaths happening when people thought there was no one around, and suddenly out of the blue, someone comes in. So a big thank you to Big Biking Commune and Sri Ram for giving me this opportunity to connect with you, and I'm sure we'll be there back on the road again after this epidemic is over, revving our bikes and having the fun of our lives on the things which we love the most, motorcycles. Bye.